The real reason Bold and Beautiful's Liam hates Thomas explained, what Taylor's son did, and what he didn't do. Welcome to USA 24, my dream channel. Bold and Beautiful viewers are frequently reminded that shortly after Beth was born, Hope attempted to prevent Liam and Hope from seeing their daughter. Newer viewers might believe that Thomas was behind Beth's kidnapping because the soap doesn't truly explain all the specifics of what happened. Even devoted followers might require a refresher on the specifics of what transpired that evening and in the traumatic months that followed, given that it has been over 5 years since Hope gave birth to Beth. So let's quickly and honestly review what happened. It's critical to understand that Dr. Reese Buckingham, who was introduced before we met his daughter Paris, set everything in motion rather than Thomas. The doctor was in debt to some very dishonest people and had a small gambling addiction. Dr. Buckingham was performing his duties in a clinic on Catalina Island in January 2019 when a severe storm struck. Hope had arrived in Catalina earlier, heavily pregnant, and the storm delayed Liam's arrival until after their baby had been born. The tragic news that their infant Beth had passed away had to be broken to Liam's wife, except, not really. Instead, Buckingham approached Taylor about the idea of buying the baby for her own daughter, Steffi, who was looking to adopt a kid so that her other daughter, Kelly, would have a sister. Buckingham was assisted in this by his favorite craps dealer, Flo Fulton. The story's engagement with Flo has never been forgotten by the audience. They even gave her the moniker Felony Flo. The infant was stolen, but it's vital to keep in mind that when Flo sold Beth to Taylor, she had no idea that the child's mother was actually her aunt, but that's another story for another day. Reese's daughter, Zoe Buckingham, a model for Forrester, also learned the truth about Beth, but she forewarned Flo that if the wealthy Forrester family learned about it, they would all face jail time. Soon after, Zoe's boyfriend Xander discovered the same thing and requested they come clean right away. Flo told Thomas all that had happened 6 months after the changeover, in June of 2019. Liam and Hope's marriage had broken down to the point where they were prepared to file for divorce as this was taking place. While Hope was assisting Thomas in raising Douglas, they two had become closer once more. Liam was getting ready to return to Steffi's house. Thank you. Please subscribe to my channel. Thomas did some very heinous things during the following few weeks. He gave Steffi drugs so that she and Liam could have a sexual encounter. Douglas was persuaded to propose to Hope on their behalf by him. In reality, Hope carried through the ceremony more out of a desire to please Douglas than out of a genuine wish to be with Thomas. And Phoebe/Beth actually turned to face Hope throughout the ceremony and said, "Mama." The worst of his actions, though, are they not the ones that have long split fans of the show and the character? Thomas stepped into a car and chased Emma after learning that she was on her way to tell Hope the truth and was Justin Barber's niece. Emma lost control during the chase, crashed her car into a cliff, and died as a result. There is disagreement over Thomas' level of accountability for the incident. Emma was attempting to call while it was a dark and cloudy night. He did nothing to assist the young woman after she drove off the cliff. That much is obvious. He never attempted to find out if she was dead or alive or to notify the police. In order to be sure she didn't emerge from the debris, he actually got out of his car, walked up to the brink she had driven over, and gazed down. After Douglas overheard his father discussing the secret, the complete truth came to light. On July 30, 2019, the young child startled Liam by disclosing that Steffi's kid was actually Beth. Despite Thomas' best attempts, Hope would learn the truth a week later, setting in a dramatic rooftop brawl between Liam and his arch-rival. Reese would eventually be detained in London, and Xander and Zoe would lose their employment at Forrester Creations. Flo was first detained, but Ridge made the decision to withdraw the charges so she wouldn't testify about Thomas' terrible deeds. Hope's marriage was declared null and void, and they later reconciled. Thomas went on an apology tour and then met a mannequin we called Fox, but that's a completely different story.